My friends, welcome to Talk Casual. As always, we're live from the Outer Rim at Tez's Games. To the left of me is the dancing monkey himself, Ian. What? He always forgets the gift. And always there's myself, the Grandmaster Salt himself, Muzzhole. Ian, what do we have on tonight's dinner?
Tonight. Oh, wouldn't you know? I'm trying to do something. Yeah, stop editing while I'm doing this.
Yeah, let's talk casual.
Oh, no,
we're talking
I'm
casual.
this thing. Let's talk casual. Okay,
it's talk casual, but he's running the stream, so
yeah,
fair
it's
enough.
Fun. Tonight, so we've got a little bit of news. There's not really a lot going on, except there's this whole, sort of thing about championships, vote things, and I don't know, there's all sorts of things. Yeah, we'll go through the website. There's some stuff in there I think we can go through, have a look at. I've got a little bit of fun things to talk about, and we've got someone's going to give us a call and give us his 2 cents about X Wing and stuff as always. So stay tuned for special guest.
I'll have some salt for you. I've got some made up salt for you.
Oh, okay. So we're going to do that.
Yeah, we'll do some salt.
Let's do that.
Let's get some salt.
Okay, let's do it.
Salt. Ground forces incoming.
Copy that. On our way.
Right, FFG, you must be listening because you always seem to. These, why can't I have these right now? Why are the privileged few that go to Gen Con get this? I can't go and get a passport and tickets and spend thousands of dollars just to get this. I have to wait till September like every other schnook? No. Bring it out at the same time. Stop with these Gen Con exclusive crap and send it all at the same time. That's Mars Assault.
Agreed. Passport, visa,
yeah.
airfare.
Yeah, it's way too much. Way too much. That's
too
my
much
fault.
effort. That's your salt.
Salt. Ground forces incoming.
Copy that. On our way.
And moving along.
And that's almost salt.
That's double salt. Okay,
There'll
double
be
salt.
slight dashes of salt here and there.
Slight dash of salt here and there.
Yeah,
okay.
but not as much as that.
What are we doing?
What are we talking about now?
Nice if I turn the screens back on, wouldn't it? Here we go. Let's go have a look. Let's see what FFG have chucked up on their news thing.
Yes, Robert. I do work for the airlines, but I'm talking about for the everyday X-Winger. I stand up for the local.
Sorry, are you trying to say you're not an everyday X-Winger? Are you some type of elitist?
No.
Is that what you're saying? Are you not like an average scum like the rest of us?
I'm an elitist worker for the airline, so I can do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
I'm just saying for the everyday X-Wing, Aussie X-Winger who can't go to Worlds or to say Gen Con and that. So, to believe me, it is on the list. Worlds is on the list, but that'll hopefully be next year. Will be something coming up, hopefully.
Cool. Okay. Oh, moving on. Let's have a look. So, second edition news. FFG decide to tell us how to build lists.
Yes.
Give us a list idea. Let's have a look. Dear. And we always love FFG lists. So waffle.
So funny.
Here we go. So we're having a ship with so it looks like the PS3 Ghost, the PS3 Shuttle, and an A-Wing. Okay. Yeah, the Ghost of Lothal, they call this thing. So. Well, we've got Kanan Jarrus with the Ghost title, Hera Crew, Chopper Crew, Ezra, Bridger, and Gunner, which I think isn't too bad, is he? Does, I can't even remember what he does now.
Give FFG some
Duke?
credit. I actually took their Marek Steel marksmanship off them. So actually, there was a article.
Yeah, but did you do well with it?
Yes, I did. Top 8 at regionals.
Yeah. Well, if you can do it, then I'll do it.
There you go.
Alright, so starting off, what are they doing? This is interesting. So, Ghost, is there really anything that jumps out at us there? So, we've got Kanan with his ability, while the friendly ship in your firing arc defends, you may spend a force. If you do, the attacker roll 1 through with us. Yeah, that's the same ability.
Yeah.
Look, Kanan's alright, but I don't know if this is really any that good of a build. It's just a Ghost build, 0 agility. It doesn't have the same tricks like what Ghost Fen does, like something like Ghost Fen or some other overpowered turret ship. This is, it's hard to say. What have we got? An iron cannon? Okay. Yeah. I think iron cannons are seriously nerfed compared to what they used to be. So
absolutely.
I don't think iron cannons are really that good now. Just Chopper, so I think it's still the same thing. Take damage, Hera. Yeah, Reds. There's better crew to stick on that thing, I think.
Yeah.
I think there's better crew. Yeah, so just an A-wing with proton rockets because that's always fun.
Oh yeah, fun.
Yeah, so then obviously,
And it's funny. It's the bullseye firing up for the proton rockets now.
yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah,
well,
but
it's 5
it's-
attack dice. So.
But no, you can shoot with an A-wing if you boost straight into range 1 or 2.
Yeah, but your PS1 trying to fire proton rockets, like that's not an easy
suicidal.
thing.
That's suicidal.
Where's my mouse? Died?
It's
Well,
dead.
mouse died.
Yeah.
Computer's frozen. Everything's frozen.
Oh, lovely.
Everything's frozen.
So are we still on live?
Are we still live?
Oh,
Hang on. There we go.
oh.
My computer unfroze now.
oh, lovely. So
we just lost 11 frames there. So who knows what you guys missed? Let's go over that again.
yes.
So Sabine right here. Yeah, we're talking about A-wings and proton rockets. Is that really a thing? PS1 trying to get those ordnance off. Like, okay, cool. I'm gonna roll up PS1. You're in my arc. Sweet.
Yeah,
Okay, you just all moved.
yeah.
That just really seems like a waste. I don't think those things are cheap either.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Is this their first one? Is this their first 1.0 list building?
2.0.
2.0 list building thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. I can't remember if I've seen another one. So this is another one. Like
Again, we take what FFG with a grain of salt.
Sabine Wren, I still don't know why you'd take her. Why aren't you taking Zeb and putting her in a crew? I think Sabine still gives you the bombs, doesn't it? Still gives you a bomb slot.
I don't know.
So if you're gonna take Sabine, you take her as a crew.
I've been a bit behind it on 2.0 stuff. I actually started looking at lists at 2.0 now.
You are? You starting looking?
I've actually started looking at some stuff, and it's just a little bit.
Oh, there you go. They can still hear us.
Oh, that's good.
They can still hear us.
So I was looking at Oiken and Vader.
Oiken Invader.
Yeah, I love the new Oiken that you can.
Oiken, yep.
You can hit. You can attack while at range 0. So.
Oh man, I really go through these lists. I really haven't looked at what all this new stuff does. I really look at it. I was playing 2.0 games today, and I tell you what, it really does play different because not having those dice mods really makes a difference.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out because you can't put engine on Vader unless you've got that. What was that one that goes speed 3 to 5 and you get the boost?
That thing, afterburners. But you got to spend a charge, so you get to do that twice anyway.
Yeah, and you get only to do it twice.
Oh, how many times do you need to do it? I suppose you probably only need to do it twice, I guess. But
yeah, but I like to boost it every time, even if I'm close range. So if I'm only doing,
doesn't he have a native boost?
No, he doesn't.
Vader still doesn't have a native boost.
Correct.
He's still a barrel.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a bit hard. It's going to be a bit of a learning curve to play Vader differently because you can't put engine upgrade on him because he has to have an actual red engine.
Yeah, he does too.
Yeah.
He doesn't have it.
So.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. So here's some controversy. Yeah, guess what?
Yeah.
You only get the words now if you
Invite only.
Invite only. So this
how
is
do you get an
interesting.
invite, Ian?
I didn't get an invite.
How do you get an invite?
How do you get an invite? I
Tell
don't know.
us.
Let's see what's on. Oh, it's on the screen. Wouldn't you know that? The top 8 players of each system open.
Yeah.
So does Australia have a system open?
Nope. So scratch that one out.
Scratch that one out.
Next.
All undefeated players in a system open hyperspace qualifier. What's that?
Systems open.
Is that system open hyperspace? So that's qualifying for a system open.
No, we don't get systems
Scratch
open.
that. So
Scratch
we
that
won't
out.
worry about that.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. The winner of each hyperspace trial and the top 2 players of each hyperspace cup.
So only 3 chances.
3 chances.
But you're not counting season 1 and season 2 of the hyperspace trial. So you're technically 4 spaces from Australia just to go to Worlds.
There's a few spaces because let me think.
Yeah.
Which ones? Now the hyperspace trials is the regionals.
It's the regionals, correct.
That's the regionals.
Correct.
The hyperspace cup is the nationals.
Apparently,
Theoretically, or it's treated like the nationals.
That's the question right now. Is nationals getting replaced with the hyperspace cup? I've been hearing rumors that no, hyperspace cup is like a super regionals.
Yep.
And there will still be nationals, there'll still be North American Championships, there'll still be Euros, and there'll still be nationals.
Yeah, that's a
But it doesn't.
This is just confusing
I know,
the hell out of me.
it is.
What is what?
I know.
What is what? What was wrong with the old system?
Well, what they're going is they're changing.
Made sense.
They're changing the system of Xing from 1 point to 2 point. Let's change OP. They say.
Okay.
So I don't know what.
Oh, look, you know
I
what?
understand why
After
they did
6 months,
it,
we'll probably understand.
Yeah,
it, 'cause we're
yeah.
still trying to work out what the heck a store champ
So
is.
yeah, but at the moment we don't know
This
if
is,
nationals are there.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting because I don't know how many people from Australia actually go. Because from what I recall, the winner of each hyperspace trial now, from memory, a hyperspace trial, the rumours going around is that you need to have 64 players in attendance to have a hyperspace trial, don't you?
No, that's the hyperspace trial, correct?
Hyperspace trial.
Correct.
64. So you need 64 players.
Yeah.
Okay, I know let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4 shops in Melbourne that can pull that off. 4 shops in Melbourne. So the winner of 4 of those can. So there's only 4 in Melbourne. So 4 people from Victoria can probably go. Now, out of those 4 stores that can do it, I think maybe only 2 will apply.
Okay.
I don't know if all 4 would do it. I don't want to name which ones are which, but I know one of them probably won't do it because they probably won't apply. I don't think they have an X-Wing scene. There's another guy, I don't know if he would. I'd have to have a chat with him about it. And then there's anyone who's in Victoria probably knows the 4 stores I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I know 2 of them could definitely do it. They'd probably apply. They would apply for both season 1, season 2.
Yeah.
The thing which I want to know is,
but you can only apply for one. Like the one store can only have one. They can't have both.
This is the thing I want to know. Yeah, this like lots of people are talking about this. Like season 1, season 2, stores can apply. Any store that can hold 64 can apply for it.
Correct. Correct.
Or 64 in the hall, 64. They have to be able to prove they can hold 64 players.
Yeah.
Season 1, season 2. What happens if all the stores place orders for season 1 and they all get season 1?
No. What will happen? Well, apparently, what was supposed to happen is the distributor gives them. You do season 1, you do season 2.
Okay, so if only 2 stores in Melbourne apply, that means there's only be one chance. Yes, only one chance for someone in Victoria. To go.
But
then how many stores in other states can do this? Because I think I think there's probably one store in Adelaide that maybe.
But you can have multiple stores doing. You can let's say 4 stores apply for season 1. And let's say 4 stores applied for the Hyperspace trial kits. 2 will do it in season 1, and 2 will do it in season 2.
Okay, what if only 2 apply?
Then 1 will do it.
I know 4 are capable of applying.
That's
but
what
I don't think 4 will apply.
I'm saying out of the people that apply, I presume the distributor will assign what season. I'm not quite sure because this is FFG
still confusing as hell.
FFG would do this in the States. Here, the distributor, we're not quite sure what he's going to do. So,
from what I can tell, the distributor is likely to work with the applicants to see if there's an equal split as possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
There'll be some negotiations.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but
so
I know the distributor's aware that they want to try and have an equal split.
Yeah, so if there's going to be 5 applicants, I presume there'll be 2 and 3.
3
or 2, 3.
Yeah, 2, 3 or 3.
Correct.
Yeah, either way though, I was just working out in my head how many. I know 4 places in Victoria can probably do it. Maybe 5. I doubt it, but I reckon probably no more than 4 would apply.
It
at
doesn't
the most.
have to necessarily be at the venue.
Yeah,
it doesn't have to be at the store. They can hire a hall. The trouble is though
but it has to be a store.
The logistics of a store hiring a hall, and a lot of the stores I go to usually have maybe 3 staff members, 3 or 4 at the most, and then the fact they'll have to employ more staff members to work at these places. This just seems like there's going to be a logistical nightmare for a lot of stores to be like, whatever, I just want to apply. They just won't worry about it. That's what I'm concerned about, because I'm thinking, you got Adelaide, for example. How many shops in Adelaide could host a 64-player tournament regionals? Well, you went to the last X Wing regionals, didn't you? How many players were there?
There wasn't that. There wasn't probably about the 30 mark. I'd say I can't remember, but
so
it wouldn't hold that much.
I don't know if Adelaide will get one then, because the store might apply, but would they get it?
No, it's not.
I know that one of the stores that did regionals last year or this year, did hire a hall for X Wing regionals in South Australia, so they can do it.
They can do it.
They can do it.
You don't need to have 64 players attend.
No, you've got the capacity.
Is a minimum of 64.
Yeah. You need to have the capacity. Okay.
So 20 could turn up on the day.
Yeah.
And that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine.
You must be able to see 64.
Correct.
Because I'm thinking it's got the same problem in Tasmania as well. I don't see 64 X Wing players down in Tasmania. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about, is that will this cap exclude, that's 2 states which are out. I don't know how many are in WA. Can WA get...
I think they've got some big
shops. They've got some big shops. I don't know if they've got... I don't know. I know they've got X-Wings pretty strong over there, I think, but I don't know if they've got enough for 64.
Well, they're having their own
players,
open as well, the Java Cup. So
yeah,
they've got a good X-Wing set over there.
I have no idea what they. I just know that they've got players over there. I just don't know if they've got 64. But then again, if these things are limited, and if you've got good chances, so the winner from each gets, they get a ticket to Worlds. So will that make people enticed to want to travel? Because in Australia, travelling isn't really that hard.
Do you get a ticket or do you get a seat?
You get a seat. I don't think you get the aeroplane ticket.
No, you don't.
I think you get the You get a ticket. You get a Worlds ticket.
You get your seat at Worlds.
Or do you get an ability to buy a ticket for Worlds? Is that
again?
what it is?
Again, it's,
so you win, but you don't even get a ticket. You still got to pay for your ticket.
yeah.
So
that's going to be hard, and of course, Patrick did say, "Why don't you build a massive bridge over Africa to get over here?" So we are working on it. But
why build over it? Why not just go straight past Hawaii?
Yeah.
What map is he looking at?
Yeah, I know.
Patrick, what map are you looking at?
So yeah, it's one of those big.
Antarctica on my side.
Yeah. It's one of those annoying things being down under here where we're kind of excluded from the.
Odyssey 3 has 64 minimum does limit venue capacity. He can only think of, again, 4 stores capable in the UK. So I think, though, being with Europe, I think you guys can still travel between borders pretty easy. Like, you can fit pretty much all of Europe and Australia.
Yeah.
So
and Robert, FFG only decides for North America and Canada, I think.
Yep.
Our distributor decides everything here in Australia. So again, it's one of these things.
I don't think it's going to be a plane ticket. If you think about it, if you're going to have, say, if you get 2 in Victoria, you probably get 3 in New South Wales, probably 2 in Queensland, 1 in WA.
But who's
maybe 1 there.
If you don't get a ticket, then
3,
who's going to go to Worlds?
7, 8, 9. I don't think you'll have more than 9 in Australia.
So you get all these.
So I don't think they're going to pay for 9 flights to America.
No.
So I think flights are out.
So you're going to have all these people who are qualified to go to Worlds, but won't go to Worlds because it's just too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it kind of is now. It's like it's turned me off wanting to go to Worlds. It's like,
well, give it to me.
I was barely turned on going to Worlds anyway. But then I still want to go to these regions. I still want the top 8 because I want the prizes. But then here I am, top. Oh wait, that's system open. So so I go along and I win a hyperspace trial. I'm like, but I'm not going.
Yeah,
that'll make people angry.
Yeah.
How many people will win hyperspace trials and be like, I looked at the schedule, but work and family and kids, and I can't go.
Yeah,
but then should you be? But then are you a dick because you're going into the competition, not taking the World's ticket, but you only want to win the competition?
Yeah.
I can just see people are going to get treated nasty.
And then there's some people who really want to go, but then now has to actually do actually get good and actually play X Wing. And you can't just,
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think that's really a problem so much. Like, I do want people who can play to go there.
Of course.
No,
you don't want locals from Minnesota, is it? In going to FFG Center just to get their free stuff. Yeah, I understand. I get it. I really understand. And, with this X Wing Worlds only now in October next year, I was listening to the OCX guys earlier this morning, and they're saying...
Shout out OCX.
Shout out to the OCX boys. Thank you very much. That's an awesome show there. They're basically saying it's going to be... What they're thinking is that Worlds is going to be... You're going to have your World Tournament, but it might be also you're going to have your team championships, or you have your like a Survivor kind of thing, or your escalation type tournaments. It's going to be different type of... It's going to be like an X-Wing Mecca type of weekend where everyone can play. You can still go to Worlds and still get your prizes, but not be in the World Championship. Like, that's what they're thinking. That's how Worlds is going to be run now. That it's just because it's now X-Wing at FFG and Worlds,
I remember
it's just
saying
X-Wing only.
So
so that would be interesting if they do that, or if they're just going to jam so many players from the world and just make it an X-Wing Worlds tournament. So.
I kind of wonder now, do you fear that, like there are certain... no, actually no one's really won... Well, no one in Australia has won nationals twice.
No.
We've got a lot of people who get to that top 8 bracket twice quite a bit. But,
correct.
A few of them. But there aren't many that seem to win it twice. I don't know how many people win like your regionals and your nationals in the States a lot. You guys have a lot more than us. But I'm just wondering, is Worlds going to become a case of that, you're just going to have the same players showing up all the time and you're not going to have any new blood? Like, how much new blood will you get in?
Yeah, look.
Yeah, like I know what's it like over in Europe. I know. Does Nan win everything in Europe, and he gets to go, but no one else from Europe gets to go?
If he's already got a ticket, then he'll go to the second and third player type scenario.
Yeah, I know, but again, it's when you got such a large player base, it's just numbers. Like you've got, it comes down to numbers. Until you know how many of these things there are, like, regionals. We know how many regionals there are. Every state got a regionals.
Yeah.
So we knew how many regionals there are. We
But
don't
now
know how many of these...
But now regionals is an open thing. Anyone can have a regional.
Yeah, anyone with 64. But like I said, we're still limited, though, as to how many shops. They'll look at that 64 and think,
same
I got to do some work.
Yeah, and the same example is for Armada now. Anyone can host a Armada regionals.
Anyone can, yeah. What's that for Armada? 20? 20. Yeah, 20 is
As long as you can hold the numbers.
Yeah.
That's interesting as well too. But we'll still keep the regionals and nationals type title with Armada. So yeah. And Robert, no, I don't think we're going to get a systems open. Keep dreaming. It's not going to happen.
Yep.
If it does, I owe you a Coke.
That's just
So that's basically
a bit of waffle in there, a bit of this, bit of that. They're all just saying that. So
as I said, there's 2 periods of the hyperspace trials.
It's hard to look. To be honest, I can't really get interested in any of this until you know how many they're going to be.
Hyperspace cups are upgraded versions of hyperspace trials. Oh, there goes the pork.
Don't knock over my pork.
With additional prizes offer.
How many stores can apply for those though?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really say if this is taking over nationals, or is there going to be hyperspace cups?
Hyperspace cups.
That's what you were talking about before.
No, Hyperspace Trials, the one where any store can apply. It's like a regionals.
Regionals.
Hyperspace Cup is next level up. So how many people can do that?
Yeah, I have no info.
Yeah, we have.
No information's come out about that.
Yeah, no info's come to the distributor.
It's frustrating as hell, really.
Yeah.
Oh, Rob's going to explain. Is he? Okay, Rob, call us up, mate.
Rob,
you can explain.
Our Volcom from interstate
give us a call.
overseas.
Click that link I sent you.
We'll explain it all, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Fulcrum transmission?
Volcom transmission coming
Fulcrum
in.
transmission.
Where we get our actual news from, people.
Actual news.
That's it.
Fake news.
Let's see if these things have
we don't
recharged enough.
steal other people's news. We get it from Volcom ourselves. That's it. So, yeah, it should be interesting, and hopefully FFG will explain a little bit further. This article was very vague and very not really, full on details. But the question is Nationals going to stay? Is Hyperspace Cup going to replace Nationals? We'll find out. But in the meantime, we're going to get these deluxe kits and these wave kits, and we'll see how we go from there.
Kit and that kit.
Yeah, I would really like to see what these kits actually have, because they look.
Until we get like a proper plan of something, then we really don't know what's happening. I'm still confused by it. Until I start seeing stores putting calendar dates, then you know who's got what. Yeah.
Look, in the meantime, we're still playing 1.0. We've still got our illicit store champs coming up, so we do have something major coming on here, and stay tuned for on the 1st of September. You'll see some steaming details very shortly on our illicit store champs here. I'll be running 4 rounds of X Wing and then a top cup of 4, wasn't it, Terry? 4. So hopefully we're working on some good stuff as well there too. So, and we'll definitely have some fun, and hopefully you can join us, and we'll make it as fun as possible, especially with 1.0 being kicked out the door. Okay, so do we have our mystery caller on the line?
No, things have shut down.
Oh no, that's shocking.
We gotta love it. When
all right, so I'll keep waffling on here.
Yeah, you just waffle on.
So for Armada players, again, as I
stuff.
said before, there won't be any. What we've heard from the developers of Armada, there won't be any further news for this year. That will be it until next year. So there won't be any Wave 8, apparently, what we've heard from the developers talking to players at Gen Con. So hopefully we'll get some further news on the SSD, and then we can definitely...
Let us know if there are any more interesting upgrade cards.
That's it. And what we'll try to do actually is we'll try to make a play SSD and see if we can play one on stream and get that going. But hopefully... We'll continue our traditional Armada tournaments here and there, and we'll definitely, after Store Champs, we'll have a Corellian Conflict running as well, so we'll stream that as well. All right. Are we heading off?
Yeah, I can. All right, I can see him, but I can't hear you yet, Rob.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
So stand by. We're just getting our Volcom on the line. Any thoughts, viewers,
Lovely
just definitely comment below.
I think it's our end, Rob. It's all right. Give me a second.
We're still having some technical difficulties, so please stand by.
Unplug that.
Yeah. There we go. Are we online?
Okay, I can hear you.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, we can hear.
All right.
Yep, let's.
Excellent. Yes, I can hear you.
We can hear you. I'm just going to.
You talking to me?
This.
You talking to me? You talking to me?
Talking to both of us.
You talking to me?
Yeah.
Anyone can hear you.
Everyone can hear me.
Doesn't need the microphone.
Oh no!
Correct.
There we go. Okay, everyone can see you now, Rob.
Hey, Robert. Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Oh,
No, the viewer's
fa-
gone. Hang on a second.
we've
I
widened
don't-
your
people can't
face
hear
out.
you. Let me have a look.
it's your secret, Fulcrum. We had to widen his face out due to the legal difficulties.
Exactly. What just happened
Oh,
here?
we just crashed.
We just crashed again.
Oh, looks like the Russian hackers have gone to us. The FFG has stopped us and put a gag order on us.
So, that's right. I just remembered why. Hang on a sec, Rob. I'm gonna have to call
Stand
you
by,
again.
viewers. We're just fixing these technical difficulties that FFG have decided to come on us.
FFG knew we were going to talk to Rob, and Rob was going to give us all the information.
That's it.
See,
That's
so,
it. And they were very displeased with my salt.
Mate, everyone's displeased with your salt.
Everyone always displeased my salt.
Yep. Hey, everything shuts down. Fun.
Oh, lovely. Are we still online?
Yeah, we're still going. We're still going.
Excellent.
So we
Alright.
can just waffle for a bit. I don't even know what happened to my chat window. There it is. Who's been talking to us, Mars?
All right, so we've got Patrick. Patrick, can I do a Rob impersonation? If I can't, his computer to work. Sure, absolutely.
It's our end today, Patrick. Yeah, Rob's computer's working. Our one's the one that's having all the trouble.
Maybe we'll just stick with first edition. FFG will really rock the boat. I actually saw, thanks Oddity Free. I did see a video of someone like a cartoon strip of someone burning all their 1.0 stuff, and then they just came up with a news break. We couldn't make 2.0 work. We're going back to 1.0. It's just like,
oh, that's brilliant. That is brilliant.
He just comes out of his cold sweat dreams. Like, I thought the whole world was going to end type scenario. That was
probably
gold.
really did. Yeah.
Yes, we'll try it again, Robert.
Be 1 second.
Just he's just working his magic here, so stand by.
Do my little thing here. Here we go.
Here we go.
Oh, this computer's
The magic of the Turnbull's NBN broadband.
Oh
here.
yeah, we love Turnbull's NBN broadband.
Great,
Works
awesome
great.
stuff.
There we go. Copy.
Third world countries have better internet than us.
Oh, they do. Everywhere has better internet than Australia.
Correct, correct.
Actually, I think the only country that has worse internet than us is America.
No,
I know they've got slower speeds, but they've just got it more available everywhere than what we do.
correct.
At least that's what people have been telling me anyway.
All right, let's see how we go now.
Okay, let's try that one now.
Try that new link, Rob.
There we go, Rob. Sent you another link.
Stand by, viewers. We'll have our Volcom on the line with all the juicy goss from the States. So stand by.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
So,
who else we got? Anyone else? In the
anyone
chat
else
saying
there?
stuff?
Send us your comments.
Nah, we got nothing
Any
there,
questions?
so, yep.
Fire away at the Dancing Monkey on how does he get those free hits all the time.
Here we go.
There we go.
Let's
him on
try it again.
Let's try that
again.
Yes, let's try that again.
Yep, computers stop.
There we go.
No, I'm not.
That'll work.
I'm still
not
here.
gonna do anything
Hey,
else. That'll work.
Robert.
How we doing, mate?
Nice shoulder, Mars.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right.
So, that's right. Everyone
right.
can see us.
So tell us about this.
What news do you got for us, mate?
Yes.
Okay, so the difference between the trial and the cup.
Right.
Let's start there.
Yeah.
Okay. Trial. Every schmo here in the States, every store owner, I should say, every store, anybody who has an Asmodee account
Yeah.
can apply for one of these.
Correct.
So you're going to have small stores, you're going to have big stores. They're all trying for these, and we all have to submit photos of our shops and our abilities to host 64 players.
Yeah.
Yep.
How,
that makes sense.
Now, nowhere in the rules does it say how we have to host our 64 players. My store, where I organize everything, if I could hold 64 players, I would be the happiest camper in the world.
Of course.
I can't. I can hold 32 comfortably.
Yep.
So what do? I run 2 flights. Flight number 1, flight number 2 gives me 64 total. I get a hyperspace trial. Hopefully. Now this is all depending on FFG
and
their
if
wisdom.
they want to allow
Whether or
this
not
to
they'll
happen.
they'll approve that. Yep.
Right. Now there are stores in our area that can host 128, 150, no problem.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Okay. Those, they're going to show these nice, wonderful pictures to FFG. Now, who do you think is going to get the Hyperspace Cup, which is the larger of the two with the bigger and better prizes?
Oh, of course.
They're going to give the cups to the big ones. They'll give the Hyperspace Trials to the smaller ones, thus increasing how many people they can get one of the buy cards to get to Worlds. And they're not buy cards anymore. They're the, hey, here's your e-ticket express to the world.
Yeah.
Okay. That gets you a seat at the table. And like we said earlier, that doesn't necessarily buy your ticket into the door.
So to go on back, you said that you can submit photos to show that you can host X amount of players. So,
Correct.
and they don't care how you host them.
In the rules, it doesn't say that they have to obviously.
Now,
So that means I can go outside and take a photo of the car park and say we can fit 200 players in here. Does that count?
So-
Will photos of car parks?
Now, wait a second. You guys are in Australia, and you have the car part, which I'm imagining is what we call a parking lot here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Okay. What is to stop, let's say, Terry from renting a tent, putting it in the car lot, throwing tables out there, and holding an event for 100?
Councils.
Okay, oh, that's right.
The governing body of the outer rim is not exactly friendly.
No.
Okay, but you see what I'm saying here? It allows the store owners to get a little inventive here. So here in the States, I'm sure we're going to see tent cities being erected in the parking lot.
X-Wing stock.
You've got us, which are getting creative with, okay, we're going to have 2 flights.
Yep.
Okay, first flight, second flight. You've got other people. Coach is renting the hall next door to his shop.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Okay, there's capabilities like in all the little strip malls. A lot of them are vacant, so you rent one of those vacant stores.
Yeah,
for
we've been
a day and a half.
we've been hearing about that over there. Your strip malls and retail is really dying over there.
Well, yes, but so you can rent. Halloween's huge over here, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. There's stores that only open up for 3 months out of the year, and what they do is they rent, a space in a strip mall for 3 months.
Yep.
And they set up shop, and then after the 3 months are over, they're done and out of there. I have seen businesses rent a storefront for 5 days in order to sell stuff. So there is inventive ways to hold your hyperspace trial.
Yeah.
The only problem is that I've read somewhere that the distributor for Australia is asking at 64 seats at one time. So that's the only caveat that we have here right now.
Your
So we probably couldn't do
distributor in Australia has issues to begin with.
Yes,
We love our Australian distributor. We say nothing about our Australian distributor.
good stuff.
Yes, good stuff about our Australian distributor.
I also think that FFG is also going to be pushing for as many of these as they can. And here's why I believe this to be the truth. You have now revamped X Wing to 2.0.
Yes.
You have now revamped the path to Worlds. And we want Worlds. FFG is like, I want to have world-class players, an invitational only event so that we don't get, John Q. Public from, Rose City, Minnesota, who goes, well, gee, I just bought me a corset last week. I was going to go play in the Worlds. Okay?
Yeah!
All right? This is the guy that...
Myself a beauty.
But you need those guys for these top-ranked players to play in the first 2 rounds to give them those really good MOVs and good wins so that way they can get in the top 8.
But, and that may be the case, but you know what? I personally, and I like to watch an event. If I'm going to watch a world-class event, okay, whether that's golf, football, soccer, football. Sorry.
Yeah, that's all right.
It doesn't matter. But if I'm going to have a world-class event where I am going to invite people from around the world, darn it, I want the world-class players. Am I a world-class player? Let me think. No. Okay.
Oh, I don't know, mate. You're world class with those bombers.
Possibly.
Yeah.
But, I had the opportunity at Origins this year to play Paul Heaver. The first match of the day. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Great, right? And I looked at his list and I was like, I'm about to get chewed up. I looked at him and I'm like, you're going to kick my butt here, but I'm going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, he did win. But he was like, those bombs hurt. And I'm like, yes, they do. There's no way I could compete on the world stage. Okay, I'm not that good of a player. I'm just not. I want to see the Paul Heavers, the Duncans. I want to see the Foss brothers. I know, guys.
Yeah,
the Foss
yeah.
brothers. All right. I want to see the world-class players. I want to see Nan. I want to see all of these players that are world-class get into the world stage and play. I want to watch it on stream. I want to see them beat each other's brains out. I want to see the best players in the world there.
So you don't
I'm
want
not that.
So you don't want the normal player to ever have a chance, like say us to go to Worlds and get that chance. Just
Mars, if you can build a list and fly it to perfection and earn your way in and make your way into Worlds, I will be in your corner going, yeah, Mars, kick some ass. All right.
You'd have to build a list first because I'd build half of them for him.
No, that's Armada. That's Armada. Shush.
I gave you that regional, that list you took to Adelaide regionals and done well with
Yeah,
too.
that was that one regionalist list. All right.
where you done well, remember?
Yes. I've done well before. All
And
right.
you just admitted that FFG gave you a top 8 list before with
No,
Merrick.
he gave-
So again, you didn't create that list.
I created the list. I just stole ideas from certain bits. So
But
shush.
Mars, here's the deal. I want you to think of this, okay?
Right.
Let's say Terry gets blessed and he gets a Hyperspace qualifier.
Yep.
And all the stars align and you've got a kick-ass list and you win it.
Yep.
Mars, you win it. You get the card that says, Mars, get your passport in order and your visa and get your ticket, talk to your boss and get one of your discount ticket coupons and get on the plane and go over to Minnesota.
If that happens, Robert, I've already got the passport. Passport's already valid for another 9 years or so. Visas don't care about visas. I will be there. I will be there if I get it.
Okay? But everyday Schmo Mars has the ability because there's a Hyperspace qualifier right in your town.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, no, wait, that's all of a sudden a lot interesting now, isn't it?
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
you'll meet
Okay.
me around
Now,
3 and
now
die
granted,
with some
Mars,
Yeah.
realistically speaking, you getting that ticket,
Yeah. That's the thing.
look to your left and you tell me if you're going to get the ticket.
No, this guy will stop me in round 3. That's how it goes.
Okay, you have your nemesis, okay, like I have my nemesis, all right? It just is.
No,
But
my
there's the
nemesis is
possibility.
myself. I am the Krennic of X Wing. I am the
Yeah, he
bridesmaid.
chokes.
I choke on my aspirations all the time.
You choke on your aspirations and you stand on other people's... Yeah. We know.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Yeah.
that's the possibility. So now FFG wants as many of these hyperspace qualifiers as they can because you know what? Now that it's X-Wing only for a whole week in Rose City, Minnesota, do you not think that they want everybody and their brother, they want to pack that. They want to make it look just like there's Armada there, that there's Destiny there, that every other game that deals with Star Wars, you know how it's always Star Wars week?
Yeah.
Yep.
They want to have just X-Wing week. They're going to have just Armada week. They're going to have just Destiny week. They're going to have just
We
Legion
could get
week.
to just a model.
They're going to have
Yeah.
all of this. Okay, but this is what FFG is doing.
Yeah, because
Now, if you want to pack everybody there, you better hold some qualifiers all around the world to get these people in here. And believe me, FFG is hearing the bitching that is going on about, oh, I can't get into it because there's nothing here. Well, FFG is going to make sure that
There is a
your
chance.
distributor says, hey, you better get us some people here.
hence the
okay.
articles.
Right. So just like they did with 2.0 and all this giant heap of teasers. Oh, we're going to give you a little teaser here. We're going to give you a little teaser here. Bad publicity is still publicity.
True.
Oh yeah.
matter how much we complain about it, it's getting everybody riled up so that when they drop another little tidbit about Worlds and how they're going to do this, oh, that's going to relieve some stress, and people are going to start seeing the light here. We're going to start seeing these things. Now, according to Systems Opens, that's bread and butter. They love Systems Opens, and that's why there's only, there's 17 of them in the Midwest of the United States, and then there's 3 the rest of the world. Okay? Here's the deal. This is why Oz is going to get a Systems Open. This is why Oz is going to get a Systems Open. If you need to have these paths to the worlds, you better add some more planets to the Systems Open in order to get those big ticket ones. The Systems Opens, 8 people are going from the Systems Opens, right?
Yeah, correct.
So you better get a couple, at least one in Oz. You better get one at least in South America.
Well,
you better get one.
It would be nice. It really would be nice.
This is why.
I don't know. Granted, it would be nice.
We have until October of 19. Now, last time I checked, that is 16, what is it, 12, 14, 16, 18 months away?
Yeah.
18 months for them to organize the Systems Open in the world somewhere? I think it could possibly be done. I think it's already in the works.
This is FFG we're talking about here, though. 18 months is,
These are the same people
short
who brought
time
out
for them.
a new game with a rules format that already had an errata in it.
Yeah.
Before
That's
it was
because
released.
once again, there's rushing and there's limited people and things like that.
Yeah.
I think with this ramp up, I think that the Systems Open is going to happen in Oz. I don't mind what FFG is doing with this tournament structure. I also think that people like me, and people like Coach and like the Nova Open and people are going to start saying, okay, well, you know what? I want to have a big tournament. There used to be a tournament. Aaron Utley used to run it called the Steel Open. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
Yeah, still, you heard
it.
of Steel. Definitely, yeah.
A private enterprise of a tournament, non-sanctioned by FFG, and he was getting huge numbers in it. Why? He ran something that was good, had great prize support, and people went to have fun.
Yeah.
Nothing is stopping schmoes like me from doing that. I do it on a much smaller schedule here.
Yeah.
You saw my prize support for my store tournament, right?
Oh, it was good. That was
Yeah,
good.
absolutely.
I was looking
at
at that with jealousy, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. I got people from Canada who want to come to my store tournament.
Yeah.
Nice.
Why? Because I put up a good prize support. You do that, they will come, and you build it up over time. It is not that hard. The campaign against cancer started out as a very small thing, and then it was 32 stores across the U.S. and 1 in Australia.
Yeah.
Okay, small grassroots grows into a huge thing. There's nothing stopping us store owners or anything like that from doing this. There's nothing that stops us. The only thing that stops us is figuring out who your clients are, what do they want, when do they want it, and how do we put it together. It's just like that movie. If you build it, they will come.
Yeah, yeah. And it's basically started here too with the Onyx guys doing their Systems Open and there's another Oz Open beforehand.
Which one's that one?
That was the 3D6 one, but the guy closed.
Now
in WA they're having a Java Open, so all these independent championships, these tournaments are springing up in Australia, which is really good too.
Now Coach brought up a great point last night. I'm going to miss the camaraderie. People are saying of everybody from the world coming and playing here and all. FFG still wants people to come watch this. They still want people to come to all of the stuff that's going to go on. And I think, Mars, you were saying about, the different formats that may be going on during this.
Yeah.
There's nothing stopping people from showing up and playing in a hangar bay. There's nothing, hey, let's play some escalation. Hey, let's play some threat card. Hey, let's do this. There's nothing stopping people from that.
Absolutely.
The joke is rent a hall a mile down the road from FFG and hold your world tournament.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's I think
I'm actually in for that. Yeah, when the tickets go on sale,
Okay.
mate.
Is the Radisson still available?
Imagine the ad for that on the internet. Didn't
Yeah.
get your way. Never mind. Come drink here. Play X Wing.
Nice.
Oh,
Okay.
that sounds like a plan,
the
actually.
Fly Casual Open.
Yeah, well, like our streaming gear can pack
Yeah.
up into like little small things, so we could be there in 18 hours.
So I have no problem with an invitational, but I also have no problem with an opens tournament either.
Yeah.
Think about that. A World's Opens tournament. 7 stores get together in a major city somewhere and say, hey, you know what? I don't have the resources. Well, neither do I, but all 7 of us do. Boom, put it together. And what have you got? You got people going, well, shit, let's go over there this year and play. Why not?
Yeah.
Let every scrub in the world. Golf tournaments, I forget which one it is, but if you qualify for the U.S. Open, anybody here can qualify for the U.S. Open golf tournament. As long as you qualify for it, you get a seat to go into it. But you got to qualify for it.
Yeah.
So an open is, hey, let's just open it up to everybody. There's no problem with that in my stupid little X-Wing opinion here. I have no idea what Patrick is saying about this right now because I can't see the chat.
Yeah,
he's screaming in caps, I'm sure.
Yeah.
He's just made the comment saying that Oz is a made-up place. Padre, come back to Kansas.
Shut up, Patrick.
See, we're not really.
Patrick, we have to get you on next week. I want to get your cardboard things on stream. Let's see about getting you on next week, mate. You can talk to some made-up guys for once.
Correct.
Hey, if you get a chance, watch his last video and Mr. Shaved Head Namaste. Oh my God, dudes, I can't even describe it.
Yeah.
Just find it.
Just find it.
X-Wing Recon Specialist. You have to watch that because it's hilarious.
Okay.
It is, the first minute alone is worth it. And scary at the same time. Scary, funny. Yeah, it's Patrick all the way.
Wow.
But that's how this whole thing is going to work out. I think just like the 2.0, everybody was like screaming about 2.0 at the beginning, and now everybody's playing it and having fun, and also the whole thing about that is, Ian, how long did your match last with Trash? Or no, not with Trash, with
Marcus.
Marcus, yeah.
Yeah,
How long
the 2
did
games you played? Not long.
Yeah.
With the interceptors, that was fast.
Mars, look at the core set that's on your desk in front of you.
Oh, it wasn't a course.
It's just an empty box.
It was an empty conversion kit.
Yep.
Oh, it was an empty conversion kit?
Yeah, it's one you left behind.
Box, it says for 2 players, takes 30 to 45 minutes.
Yep.
Yeah,
I haven't played with Mars though, doing his little runaway trick.
Yeah.
I gotta say, actually, after playing those 2 games, the fact I was able to one-shot fell through a rock at range 2. And mind you, it was shit dice. It was just 4 greens, what do you roll, all focuses, no tokens. So I can see.
I say be prepared.
Yeah, things
Go ahead.
are gonna die fast, I think.
I think be prepared for 60-minute time limits.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I could do 60-minute time limits.
Yeah, that'd be a bit better, wouldn't it?
The only reason why you get a time all the time is because things are focus stacked. They're token stacked and they just take forever to kill. Like a ship with the Ghost and the Decimator, like all that hull and shields, they die. They do die if you just focus fire them. It doesn't take long. It's just a Decimator Phantom died in 10 and 12 minutes.
Yeah.
These things do die fast.
But FFG took shields away from everything.
Yeah.
1 shield at least from every ship, added a hull. And let's look at the new crits. Let's look at that new damage deck a little bit in depth.
I don't want to.
It is painful.
I don't want to look at it. It is bad.
Dice modifiers are not as much as they were in 1.0.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we're going to see some faster deaths, faster games, and I'm not opposed to that. For a guy like me who doesn't get around so good anymore, I'm not physically able to. Let's face it. Actually, my competitive X-Wing days are over. I can't stand to do a tournament for longer than 2 or 3 games. I can't. I have a hard enough time doing 2 games. I can't do a Swiss Open 6 rounds. I can't do it. Okay. But you shorten that game up a bit, that makes it a little bit more doable for me. And I think a faster game makes it much more exciting. And let's face it, how many times it feels like a grind? You know, how many hours have we been playing?
Against Miranda?
7.5 hours. I can't move my hands anymore. You know, I'm gonna move my ship after I take a nap. You know, it's.
Yep.
You look at these guys. How many times have we watched tournaments in the past? Well, it's 2:00 in the morning, and we're on our final table. Finally here, and oh, look, they just agreed to final salvo. Yay!
Let's go. Yeah.
You know,
Let's
get rid of the grind.
Let's do some of the Patrick saying I haven't looked this one up. Patrick's in a debate on Facebook about reserves. What's this reserves thing? Is this for escalation or something? Is it, or is this one of their formats?
No, this is. I will text you what Patrick said today, or not text you. I will read to you what he posted this morning in OCX, because this is good. This is beyond good.
Oh, this is good.
So he writes to Chris Chico Brown, who is like the rules guru, right?
Yeah.
So I was bringing this up a while back. Reserves is going to be an issue. Rules reference declares you're not removed from game while in reserves. In order to win the game, all ships must be removed from game.
Yes.
So if you need to win on points, I can fly off the board and wait there with 0 ships on the board. Or worse yet, you kill Tel Travur, I never can say his name, and time is called. Guess what? He lives in reserves, and you can't touch him. Thanks, FFG.
It's like that Boba.
So how many? Yeah, that Boba thing. We already touched the Boba. We already talked. I think we already talked about that. But
yeah.
So where does reserves come in? Is that just Tel Travir comes in with reserves, or is anyone else?
There's some ships out there that can be placed in reserves. Guess what? They're scum.
Yep. I haven't looked at them all yet because I got a feeling they're all the large base ships, and I haven't touched them. I haven't looked past.
And I can't pull up reserves on my thing here. My phone is okay. I suck at computers. Ask Patrick.
He's already left some comments.
Oh yeah. See, it's an interesting thought because I saw a blurb about it in there, and I thought reserves. Oh my God! So you can have a ship waiting, and then at the end, just before time, bring it out full health. Oh gee, darn. I seem to have 30 points here. Oh, yeah. You only have 18, Mr.
Yeah, but this will probably go into like no different to like they've got this rule in Armada. So, if you destroy, I think it's what is it with Radis? Radis allows you to bring a ship from out of reserve and then drop it.
Or Hyperspace Assault.
Or Hyperspace Assault. If you've destroyed the other ships before it's deployed, it's game over without being there. So it's just something to or it'll probably show up in the tournament rules.
Yeah,
like we don't have tournament rules yet. So I think that's a rule they'll stick in tournament rules.
So let's be realistic here. It wouldn't be FFG if they didn't have something broken already.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean, let's look at the very last page in the rules reference.
Yeah, we covered that last week. Yeah.
Okay. Hi.
Erratas.
Here's our errata. We haven't released the game yet. Here's the errata.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Hey, I couldn't read past Boba Fett. I'm just happy with Boba Fett being errata that you don't take the stress. Not Boba Fett. Slave one. I call it Boba Fett.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that was just let's rush, let's get something out here. We're doing this. We're gonna announce here. Once again, had they waited 2 or 3 more months to make sure that all of this stuff was in a row, would they have had the errata page?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
But they want to rush this thing. They want to get that money that Dore made.
No, we need them to rush this stuff so they can hurry and get our SSD out.
So my understanding, Patrick explained this, they had pallets of stock at Gen Con.
Yep.
Wow.
Pallets. I have not heard one thing of somebody getting to Gen Con and not being able to purchase something there from FFG for 2.0.
Yeah, they've sold out in previous years, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's amazing
Yeah.
to me that they had all of that stock. So how much stock is sitting somewhere in a warehouse
Yep.
just waiting for September?
Yep. Next to the Ark of the Covenant.
Yeah. We have our top minds working on this.
Our top mind.
Our top minds.
Yeah, it's Guido and Luigi pushing the big old cart. Right, you know? Hey, Stash,
Yeah.
where are we going to put this? We going to put it up here. We put it up here.
Oh god.
Oh God.
That's my take on it, guys. I
Yeah.
think honestly, I think it's going to improve tournaments.
Yeah.
I think. I don't know how Terry is trying to get his. I know that you guys have a later date for us here in the States to request.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know you guys.
know.
The application's closed the day before, but I think we've still got a couple of weeks before our
To the
date's closed.
29th, I think, or something
We've
like that.
still got the issues, whereas the trouble you got here is we looked for a place around Melton to rent to put for a hall or something, and yeah, because when you live in the outer rim, you have a lot of outer rim scum, and so outer rim scum tend to drink a lot of alcohol and cause lots of damage after 5 p.m.
Yeah.
So because of that, if you want to rent a hall in our area after 5 p.m., you're paying 3 times the daytime price. So it's very hard to find a location in the outer rim where you can run a store, chaps, and we can run like regionals, a 64-player regional event. It's we're on the lookout, but it's not easy.
Now, do all of your events have to have alcohol?
Oh no, we don't
you
have
say-
alcohol. It's
No.
the council policies.
council.
It doesn't make a difference if you've
Local
got alcohol or
government.
not.
Local government.
Because most people will drink alcohol at these events, and a lot of these events
And
get
trash-
hired out
and
for
trash the joint.
weddings and functions and such. They just stick once it gets past 5 o'clock, you go from anywhere between $20 to $30 an hour. It'll jump up to $200 an hour.
So what you're saying is Australia is an awful lot like Kentucky or Tennessee.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah,
Especially when you get out here into Melton,
There are places.
definitely has.
There are places like you say. If you know a guy who has a strip mall who doesn't have any shops, and then you can rent these places, you can do it. But the trouble we have out here is that there aren't a lot of large places you can rent out. It's very limiting
Yeah.
with things. And you try those sports places and all this sort of stuff. I've looked at a few, and every time when they build them out here, they seem to build them just big enough to fit what they need to do and nothing else. And they even make them a bit smaller.
So here's my tip to you. Find a mason.
There's a Mason Hall. It ain't that big.
It can't hold 64?
Nope.
Really?
Nah. Very
Wow,
small.
because the
Remember,
brothers
we're in the outer rim and the outer fringes.
Yes.
Things are small and they're all walled off.
See, now we've considered using the local school, renting out their cafeteria.
Yep.
We considered doing something at the Masonic Hall, which was we ruled against that because it was just a little bit too far away from the shop. We had a great deal on that, and then we came up with the idea of let's run 2 flights.
Yeah, that's a
And-
good idea.
That sounds like
You
a
know.
better idea. Yeah.
And I think that was more easily sold, because our shop is actually pretty cool. It's your friendly, it's really nice. It's a good, comfortable place. They made sure that they had 4-hour chairs to sit in. I mean, they're all padded and nice like that. The shop I'm affiliated with does really good stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's entirely doable, and I think a lot of shops, the worst that anybody can ever tell you is one bad word, and that's no.
Yeah.
Ask, they might say yes. What's the harm?
Yeah.
yeah.
Good point. Definitely.
It's the thing you find. Everything it's yes is easy to get. It's just the trouble is they want the dollars up front. That's the hardest bit.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just-
and $450 for a stinking tournament kit.
Yeah.
And that's for the qualifier. The cup is going to be more money
Of course.
because there's more. It's bigger prizes. It's a larger setup. Because you're looking. That is your major tournament. There's still going to be nationals. There's still going to be nationals.
Okay, this was my next question. This is not going to replace nationals. This is like the
No.
super regionals kind of thing.
course, now the winner from Nationals is going on to Worlds.
Right.
The funny thing is, the Coruscant Open is, I think, the day before
Yes.
the
The
Worlds
Worlds, yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
It's just okay. Let me get this straight.
That's planning.
I just played 9 hours of X Wing, and I've got
Just to qualify
play
to get a Worlds.
tomorrow. How many hours? Just another 6. It's all right. Just you only got 6 more games. Okay.
right.
Yeah. That's
Boom.
gonna be. That guy's gonna die on the table. He's just gonna be laid across like this. But nationals, there's going to be the North American national champion. There's going to be the Canadian national champion. There's still going to be national champions.
Yeah.
So somebody from Australia is going to Worlds. I guarantee you.
We will have someone there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, someone will be
somebody
there.
from New Zealand. Heck, even somebody from, I can't believe I'm saying this, Tasmania is going to be able to go to Worlds.
Tasmania?
Probably not.
Why?
Sorry, Taz, if
Whatever,
you
I
was.
would-
I am worried actually. The Tasmania and Adelaide, I'm actually worried about those two states if they'd even get one because I don't think they've had enough players at a normal event. I don't think they'd get more than 40 players in all their other events. So.
No, I think South Australia could do it.
South Australia could probably do it. I don't know if Tassie could do it though.
Yeah.
But it was funny. There was some country,
Sorry?
I don't know where it was.
Seat 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have to show those 64. 64 don't have to show up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have seating for 64. So like that one country, what was
Well, you
it?
can Photoshop it,
Saudi
can't you?
Arabia.
Yeah.
I think it was Saudi Arabia or one of the Middle East countries. They had a regional championship inside of an army tent.
Yeah,
You know,
I remember that
think
one.
it was-
Yeah, I remember hearing
What
about
was it?
that.
6 or 8 guys played in the regional. They all won.
Yeah.
Everybody walked away with stuff. But it was a regional.
Yeah, true.
So think about that. I mean, army tents can hold upwards of 120 guys, so I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
technically they could hold one.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, true.
Everybody got dice, everybody got templates, everybody got a card, everybody, here, just show up.
Damn.
Well, what we'll do, we'll just go to one of these halls, we'll inquire on the pricing and everything like that. We'll say, do you mind if we take photos of all the tables and chairs out? We'll take a photo, come back and say, here we go, here's our hall, we can hold 200 people. And then,
Get the kit and then have it here.
But then we'll get the kit, we'll have it here, or we'll say, yeah, we put out registration for 10 minutes and only got like 30 players.
Well, you know what? Tell Terry, take pictures of the hall where you can hold your tournament at, and then open up your registration and limit it to whatever you want to hold your store to.
Yeah. It will be hard though with this when you start doing other halls. Like we were saying earlier, if you heard, it's just one of the troubles you have with halls is that's for stores to do that can be a lot harder because that's more staff they've got to put on for the day. It just really pushes the expense up.
But this I know, if any store screws over, at least here in the States, screws over
Asmodee.
Asmodee
Yeah.
or FFG once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got the tournament kit. Oh, I couldn't hold my tournament, so I sold everything on the internet.
Ba-boom.
Oh, so they should though. In that situation, they went and sold all on the internet. Yeah, fair enough if they just delayed it and then ran it later or something because of whatever reasons, but...
Because remember, there's, 16 sets of dice and templates.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if those dice are going to be not as valuable as previous year's dice because there's just so many of them now.
Well, how many are there
Inflation.
really going to But, it is invitational.
Yep.
I mean, if you want to try, like here in Michigan, our regional sat 128.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that store, I would imagine, is probably going to get a Hyperspace Cup because they can seat them.
Yeah.
The other store that will get at least a qualifier, could possibly qualify for a cup, is another store that could seat. They couldn't seat that many. They couldn't. They just don't have the room. So they'll probably get a qualifier. We're trying for a qualifier, and in our tri-county area where we're at, we're the 3 that probably could host it because we're far enough apart from each other, yet we're close enough that we would get a good flow of people. Now, where we're at in Michigan, we're also going to draw from Canada. We're also going to draw from Ohio.
Yeah.
Ohio is an hour and 5 minutes away from us. Canada, in some places, is 10 minutes. Across the bridge.
Helps when you got the population and the large ones.
Yeah. but on the positive side, you guys have kangaroos.
Too many of them. Plague proportions. Gotta get out there and hunt a few. We call them what we do. We actually call them kangaroos. We call them
Targets?
giant brown rabbits for the stew pot. They're just overgrown rabbits. Overgrown rabbits. You know.
You guys have spiders the size of baseballs. We don't have that here. So I mean, you have that going for you.
You gotta go to Queensland. It's you're a golf man, are you? You enjoy a bit of golf?
Yeah.
You gotta take your clubs to Queensland because the good thing up there is golf clubs and cane toads.
Yes.
It's a great sport up there. Just you just go around tonight with your golf clubs. Cane toad.
Whack.
Wackatoad?
Yep.
Yeah, wackatoad. It's massive pest species problem up there. It's destroying all sorts of habitats. So people just go around with either golf clubs or deadall and just kill these things. They're just they're horrible. It's just
I've seen cars like try to run them over.
Yeah.
There's a clip of a guy just
you
going.
go behind the car and it starts swerving, and you're in Queensland. Cane toad.
Cane toad.
Yeah. It's like turtle crossings in South Carolina. Pop. Did we blow a tire? Nope.
Turtle.
The worst I ever had in golfing was in Florida. I hit a ball close to the water, and I went to go get a ball, go to it, and my buddy grabs me. He's like, "You ain't going to get the ball."
No.
And I'm like, "Why?" He's
Gator.
like, "Alligator."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, where? Holy shit!"
Alligators, please. We got saltwater crocs, mate.
I'm like, what do I do now? He's like, drop the ball over here. Just drop it. It's his.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a handicap to that? Do you get like some type of? Is there a major penalty to that? Is there is it called like the gator penalty?
I think he was like, we just take a drop away from it, and it's no penalty.
Yeah.
I'm like,
even though you were dumb enough to hit it into the pond in the first place.
Well, yeah. I wasn't in the pond. It was not far from the pond.
Yep.
It was pretty close to the pond, but it wasn't in the water. But on the other hand, I wasn't about to go, stand a foot away from the alligator and go, "Yeah, don't worry, he won't bite."
They move pretty fast, do they? Or
yeah, they do.
Yeah,
especially when you're holding chicken.
Oh god, Happy Gilmore style. Yep. Jack.
Wait. Let me hey.
Did he only take like his fingers or something?
Yeah, he took my hand.
No, he took his hand. Did he get the hand? Happy broke his fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Happy broke his fingers. That's right.
Put them all together.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Here you go.
Here you go. I got that gator for you. Here,
That was a classic film.
Yeah.
Sorry, I killed you. So, yeah. So are we clear on the hyperspace? So tell Terry he needs to get his paperwork in, hold the bloody thing.
We just really got to see now. We got to get these timetables in. Like, I still don't know about these things. I still want to wait and see a schedule because this whole thing, the schedule's just sending me crazy. Like, wait, what's what again? And like I just want to know what's replacing store champs. That's what I want to know. It's just
there is no store champs.
Like there's no more store champs. What's the store champ equivalent? That's the thing I want to know.
Okay, so the deluxe wave kits.
Yep.
Are your store champs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You can have a store champion. So like you guys are having a outer rim championship, right?
Yep.
It's not necessarily a store championship, but it's a outer rim championship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. These wave kits that they're sending out are way better than what we normally got for season 1, season 2, season 3.
I was getting more and more disappointed as those kits.
Which was just it was that little blister pack we got. The what I called the $15 special.
Yeah. Sounds about right. Yeah.
Here's your 3 pilot cards. Here's your 2 sets of tokens, and here's a whole bunch of upgrade cards that nobody ever really wants.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right. The deluxe wave kits are set up so that you can have a I think it's 3 or 4 different tournaments in a box,
Oh,
and
okay.
how you
Okay, that's
choose
fine, yeah.
to operate that box
Yeah.
is up to the store because you know your clientele.
Yeah.
And there's going to be 3 or 4 of those, and then there's going to be wave kits.
Yeah.
So like when December hits and finally I
The
get to
bombers.
hold my bombers again.
Yeah.
Really? Right?
And then you'll find you can put 5 in the list.
Oh, don't give my ears.
I own 4.
That excuse to
Can
get
you
one
put,
more.
Can you put 4 in the list? You put 4 negatives in the list?
Currently, yes, you can.
You can. Oh, shit.
Yeah, they're
Maybe buy
25
another
points
2?
a pop.
Ooh. Maybe I only buy
Yeah.
another 2. Maybe that's my store champs list.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey,
I just want to say,
about
it'll never happen, but I want to go back to the good old days of kits where they used to have medals in them. I miss the medals.
The medals.
I felt like you were playing for something when you got the medal, you know? I don't know.
No, it's not gonna
Well,
That won't happen.
so I don't know if you saw what I did for our store championship.
happen. Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was a shield kind of thing with 2 X-wings on it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The
I
metal
remember that.
plates,
Yeah, that was
wasn't
pretty
it?
cool. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that looked good.
So so if FFG is not going to give us a plaque, I'll make us a plaque.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that really sucked. No plaques, like, yeah, just getting those. I'm not a fan of those plastic altar cards. They're like, yeah, they're nice, but give me a plaque. I want to hang something on the wall to piss the wife off.
Now I will say that the store champ cards that are coming out, there's 3 of the store champ kit. They're a thick plastic, of course it's spot gloss,
Yeah,
but they do have a nice foil piece in the corner, and one says first, and the other one says second.
Yeah.
yeah,
And there's the third card is for the TO.
yeah.
Yeah.
But those cards, there's only 2 of those cards in existence in each kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, they are rare.
Oh,
They
yeah,
will
yeah.
be
Yeah.
rare.
Yeah,
Good
resale value.
Yeah, great resale value. Just like my spot gloss Miranda Donai, which went from $75 down to I think 10.
Yeah. Thanks, SFJ.
FFG giveth and then taketh
Taketh.
away.
Oh yeah. Like my wedge
Not
card.
like you never part with it anyway.
Yeah, I won't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
You still like know it still feels better holding it when it's worth a lot more money.
yeah, but I think that the price support that they've come up with for this upcoming 2.0 is going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
And I think, just as everybody has to get used to paying the $5 extra for a ship that was $15 is now $20, TIE Fighter, the store owners are going to have to pony up to get the better prize pools
Yep.
to do this. Now, of course, inventive TOs are always going to squirrel away stuff, and we're always going to horse trade. And
Yeah.
I mean, every tournament that I've seen Terry run, he's always got something extra on the table. It's not
Yeah.
just what came in the box.
Yeah.
And I think as TOs, we have to do that. We want to do that. I never want to run a tournament that I would want to lose at.
Yeah.
I if I come in last place, gosh darn it, I need to walk away with something in my hands,
Of
something
course.
in my
Yeah.
pocket.
Yeah, you definitely want that.
At Michigan Regionals, last place finishers got nothing.
No, that's
There was
not
nothing.
Good. That's not
Yeah.
good.
You didn't even hand out an alternate art card. You got a ticket for each.
You
got
want to
a
at
ticket
least get
for
an
showing
altar
up.
card.
Yeah, well, you got a raffle ticket for showing up that they
Yeah.
put into a big drum with everybody else. And every game that you won, you got another raffle ticket.
Yeah.
And that would increase your chances somehow.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the guys that won, and then it was just like, yeah, the odds. I gave my tickets to an 8-year-old girl that was playing,
Yeah.
just in hopes to increase her chances. And
Oh, jeez.
you know what? I wasn't the only one that did that.
Yeah.
She must have had 20, 30 tickets in that. She actually
Did she win?
she won. She
yeah,
won
yeah.
stuff.
Good.
Oh
that's
yeah,
good, yeah.
it was great. And then there was one guy gave her an entire set of templates, and I mean her dad was like, "Her stuff's better than mine." It's like, well,
Well,
she's
good.
cute. You're not.
Yeah,
Shut
that's
up.
it,
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a cute little 8-year-old girl. So yeah, I know she comes out to work with me, and everyone gives her tips. They never give me tips, but they always give her tips. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Little cute
that's
8-year-old
how it
girls.
works.
They get everything. Yep.
Well,
No,
my daughter's 16 now. She gets nothing.
Yeah, there seems to be this age where the cuteness wears off, and then
Well, you know, for a short time there, a few years ago, she would come up to the game shop and she would play with, we'd play X Wing together, and then the hormones really started kicking in, and I'm good for money.
Yeah. ATM dad.
yeah.
Let me show you what I do.
Yeah.
Here, honey, just take my wallet down, okay?
That's FFG, isn't it?
So yeah, you took your daughter or FFG.
Yes.
Is there a difference? Does your
It's like,
daughter is your daughter working for FFG?
Well, it's like my daughter came in the other day and she's like, "Dad, can I have your wallet for a second?" I'm like, "What for?" She's like, "I need your ATM card." I'm like, "What for?" She's like, "Oh, I need to put gas in your car." What for? Oh, me and the girls are going here and you're low on gas. And I'm like, so put gas in my car. Well, that's why I need your card. I'm like, we can go around this all day, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta love that logic. The logic just always it's good logic.
Oh, yeah. Did you not just babysit the other night? Well, yeah, that's why I'm going out today. Oh, great.
Kids.
So, what other topic we got?
I think we're probably gonna wrap it up there. Actually, we're starting to get a bit
Oh,
late
yeah,
here.
because
And...
you might have to do dishes tonight.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Do dishes tonight.
Yeah.
No, it's 11:30, so they can stay in the sink. Yeah, chances of that happening down to slim.
Slim to
Yeah,
none.
Well,
slim to none.
maybe your wife was looking at your news feed on your Facebook. Guri might approve.
Oh yeah, no, she sees all that stuff. She sees all my Facebook stuff. I post on there. I showed her that I was tagging him in one of them the other day, and she laughed. Yeah,
My wife was not amused.
she was not amused.
No, she was
My wife
not.
loves it. She's always amused by that stuff.
Well, Tamara was overlooking my shoulder the other day as I'm flipping through, and there's the girls going. All this stuff, and that music, and all that. She's like, "What the hell do these guys in Australia send you?" And I'm like, "Bras and things."
Yeah, Ian's got shares in it. I think he must have something into it because every
And she's
time.
like, "How often do you get this stuff?" I don't know, 2-3 times a day. And she's like, "What does he do?" I'm like, he runs a coffee van. And she's like, "Does he have a porn problem?"
yes, he does.
No, I don't
like-
actually.
I'm like, no, just lingerie. And she goes, "Oh, he's not married." I'm like, "No, he's happily married." And she's like, "He's one of your X Wing friends, isn't he?" And I'm like, "Yes."
Did you tell her she's seen me?
She equates nothing with this stuff. She doesn't believe they can't be your friends. I'm like, "Why can they not be my friends?" "Well, you don't see them in person." And I'm like, "Really?"
Hello, I know that now.
Well, how do you define friend? Do I have to kiss them physically on the mouth in order to become a friend or something?
No.
But she can have a pen pal in another country that she's never met before. That's her friend.
Okay.
Hey, add some estrogen. You'll understand.
Yeah. Okay. Ian's just about to post some lovely pictures for you now. So
Yeah, I'm going to tag you in one now, mate. So
God.
hopefully
Great.
it comes up in your wife's newsfeed.
yeah.
Correct.
Correct.
Oh, this
right,
computer's
mates.
working slow, so it's not working. I'll
Right,
do it
he'll
tomorrow.
post something up soon.
I'll post on that soon. Anyway, we're getting a bit long and down, so I think it's time we wrap this up.
Yeah.
So I don't think I've got anything else to
No.
else to add aside
I'm
from
done.
that. People are going to see some funny stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, before I forget,
Yeah.
if you guys have any politically correct questions that you would, I'll put it this way, politically correct questions towards a higher up in FFG, you might want to post them to the OCX Facebook page for Coach, because he has alluded to next week.
Yes.
There's somebody who shall remain nameless.
Yes, I did hear him say
coming on to the show next week.
that.
And my guess is it might be a higher up with somebody dealing with FFG and X Wing.
I'm definitely watching that one.
So he put the call out there for everybody in Australia world to
System
put
open
nice, be friendly, be
System open
respectful.
Yeah.
Okay.
System open fucking.
No, you can't say that. You have to say politely, like,
Please, sir, when can we have systems open?
please, sir, may we have some more tournaments? You know.
My question would be, when do we get medals back in the tournament?
Oh, yeah, typical Ian. Typical Ian.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
on the-
When do
the
we get
picture.
shinies? When do we get shinies? Yes, but yeah, he wants some good questions
Yep.
that would be able for FFG to not be pissed off about